Hey everybody, it's Jennifer Grace, and I am super excited about having you take the Financial Wheel of Life test. So, before we dive into taking the test, hopefully you have printed it out, and if you've not, just have a blank piece of paper and we'll figure it out together. So, why do we get stuck financially? So here's a couple different reasons and see if any resonate with you. Number one, we stick our heads in the sand and we don't deal with our finances. That's kind of the avoiders. We don't empower ourselves by becoming financially organized and educated. That used to be me. We are unconsciously operating off of a limiting belief system that is not our own. And this is very common. I mean, we grow up in households with perhaps parents and grandparents that have a lot of fear and scarcity, and that gets really subconsciously implemented into our psyche. And then we're adults and we're like, I don't have enough, and I'm going paycheck to paycheck. And it's because of those limiting beliefs that we're not even aware of that are really running us. We also may be financially stuck because we're not clear about what our core money story is. And we have this like love-hate relationship with money. So it's kind of like, oh, money is the root of all evil and money corrupts people. And when you have a lot of money, you have too much responsibility and everybody's going to want something from you. And then you're like, oh, but I need you, money. And money's like, F you. So we have to cultivate this consistent appreciation, respect, and love for our finances. So there's some interesting data out there, and you're not alone if you are stuck financially. They say 8 of every 10 people are in debt. Only 40% of adults keep a budget and track their spending. 75% of American families say they live paycheck to paycheck. I was shocked on that one. And more than 30% of American families have absolutely no savings at all. And I want to let you guys know that I get it because I've been there too. And many, many years ago, I was extremely financially stuck. I had spent all of my divorce settlement money by starting 6 companies, 6 websites, 6 logos, 6 failures because I never made a business plan. I was just focused on those cool creative ideas and I wasn't operating from a sound financial, foundation. I wasn't organized. I wasn't mindful and I wasted all my money. Then I got into over $35,000 in debt. I didn't have a budget. I didn't have a retirement plan. I was spending well above my means, no savings whatsoever. And I was a single mom trying to keep my son and myself's head above my water. And there's us at that time. It was really tough. And then I met Jayne Mills. She was the vice president of Morgan Stanley. And she helped me get my financial shit together so much that she and I created retreats and courses all about manifesting money and managing money. I also then took the CI journey and I learned those personal development tools to really get myself out of my own way by Dr. Michael Ray from Stanford University and Julia Romaine. And that helped me reprogram those negative beliefs about money and the negative beliefs about myself. So with Jayne's wisdom, I got unstuck by getting financially organized. And then I shifted my mindset, my money mindset, with a system that I personally developed off of one of CI Journey's proven simple methods. And then I wrote a book, Directing Your Destiny, and included my own AFM technique. And that's a technique that helps you speak the language of the universe and helps you manifest when you understand this energy field, this force field, and you are properly communicating with. So that kind of triple threat of working and getting my financial shit together, crossing my T's, dotting my I's with Jayne, reprogramming negative belief systems about my money stories and CIJ, and then to top it off, creating my own manifesting system to really start manifesting unexpected money was the way that I got financially stuck. So my life now, after using these tools, I became a Hay House published author, had a very successful radio show between Esther Hicks and Wayne Dyer was my radio spot for 3 years. I started an amazing retreat company called Om Lux, and I get to travel all over the world and give back and make a difference with people. I got promoted by Dr. Michael Ray. I now have 63 trainers, CI journeys in 6 different countries, 6 different language, all under my direction in the last 2 years. And here is my tax return from last year. And if you could see the top line, almost $300,000. So yes, I'm out of debt, and there's nothing extra special about me except I've learned these valuable tools and work them. And guess what? You can too. So here's the wheel of balanced financial life. And this is what I started with. This was the very first tool that Jayne Mills gave me to give an honest look at where I was financially, because most of us do have our heads in the sand and we're not paying attention to our finances. And it's because of fear, and that's okay. So if you don't have this printed out, just draw a nice big circle. And I believe there are 8 spokes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, there are 10. Make 10 pieces of pie. And what we're going to do is we're going to rate these areas from a 0. Think of the 0 as the middle, and up to the 10, which is the outer circle. So let me just show you what it's going to look like once we rate it. We're going to go around the wheel. I'm going to ask you penetrating questions on each of these subjects, and you're going to rate where you stand from a 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. And then it's going to look like this. So think of the 10 at the top, the 0 in the middle, and 5 somewhere in between. And you're going to rate by doing little dots wherever you are. This is one of my students. Okay? So then after we do all the dots, then you will connect the dots. So you don't have to connect the dots until the end. All right, so let's start with spending from 0 to 10. 0 is you spend way above your means. 10 is you have a personal budget, a business budget. You hit your number every single month. You do not go over your allotted spending. You're super mindful. And 5 is somewhere in between. So 0 is the worst, you overspend. 10, you're on point, on budget. 5, somewhere in between. So rate that again. Just put a little dot to wherever your spending is. So this person probably was at like an 8 for their spending. Not bad. Next, we want to rate income, your satisfaction of the income coming in currently. So from a 0 to 10, 10 means you are completely satisfied. You have so much abundance coming in. You feel really well taken care of, well sourced. 0, you might be out of a job right now, and 5, somewhere in between. So rate that. Next is debt. 10, you have 0 debt. 0, you're up to debt in eyeballs. And 5, you may have debt over between 5 and 10,000. So rate your debt. 10 is 0, you don't have any debt. Savings. So something I learned from Jayne Mills is we should be saving 10% of our income every month. So if you are putting 10% of your income into a separate savings account or more, you can give yourself a 10, rate yourself a 10 on savings. If you don't have any savings whatsoever, you're at a 0. Clear financial goals. They did an interesting study at Harvard University, and they had one group of people write out clearly what their 5 and 10-year goals were. And the other group, they just asked them to verbalize it. They followed them. And over the years, they found that the group that actually wrote down their goals and had clear vision, clear goals, wrote them down. You ready for this? They were 90% more successful than the group that didn't write down their goals. So you give yourself a 10 if you have clear financial goals. And I'm talking about the next year, the next 5 years, and the next 10 years, where you want to be. Give yourself a 10 if you're that organized, that clear, everything's written down. Next is financially educated. So before I met Jayne Mills, my father was on Wall Street. My ex-husband was on Wall Street. I was even on Wall Street, sadly enough. But I still was not really financially educated. I knew the business that I was personally in, but I didn't know about IRAs and taxes and really savvy investments. So I always kind of handed it to my father. And then when I got married, handed it to my ex-husband. And even after I got divorced, 35 years old, I was still having them handle my investments, my taxes. And when I met Jayne, she like smacked me across the head. She's like, you're 35 years old. Get your financial shit together. You should have your own tax attorney. You should have a retirement account. And I was like, oh, but I'm 35. She's like, that's when you start it. You should understand, at least basic investments, CDs, bonds. So she got me financially educated. So give yourself a 10 if you've got lots of financial education. 0, none, 5 in between. Record keeping. So if you were to go to your tax accountant, could you just go into one file, pull all your receipts out, download your spreadsheets from your computer on Excel and hand it over? Or is it in a million places all over your house, stuffed in little corners? So 10 is your records are tight and organized, well kept. 0, can't even find your receipts. Abundant mindset. This comes back to those limiting beliefs. Are you still operating off of your family's beliefs about money or even society's beliefs about money? I began coaching in 2008. And if any of you remember, 2008, here in America, we had a very bad recession. The economy went south. And my father and my ex-husband both sat me down and they said, we don't want you becoming a life coach. I was getting trained and certified. And they said, no one has money to pay the bills for their light bill. What makes you think they're going to pay you, to coach them? It's frivolous, it's just not necessary. And my response to them was this: the rules don't apply to me. And I wasn't saying that out of arrogance or entitlement. Like, I just was not going to buy into America's fear and worldview of scarcity. I wasn't buying into the recession. I knew that not everybody was broke. And even if people were struggling, I knew that the tools that I had were actually going to shed some light on what they could do next. A lot of people were being fired. They were out of jobs. And they needed to have the personal development tools to clear away the fear, to clear away the cloudiness so that they could come up with the creativity of different revenue streams of an entrepreneurial effort. So actually, from 2008, from now, my income is almost doubled every single year. So the rules don't apply to me. Don't buy into your family's fear and scarcity, the nation's fear and scarcity. There's plenty of abundance out there for all of us. Whatever you believe, you achieve. So if you are with me on that and you think that there is abundance out there for your projects, if you think there's abundance out there for you to do what you love and get paid and rewarded for that, give yourself a 10. If you feel like you're a little limited, 5. And if you feel like you are, hypnotized by the media and by your parents, give yourself a 0. Personal relationships. So money causes an enormous amount of conflict and stress with spouses, with families. I've seen brothers and sisters not speak to each other after parents have passed on over money and houses. And it's really sad because money is meaningless. It's green paper. And we can't change the economic system we live in. We can't change that. But what we can change is our relationship to money. And when we have a healthy relationship to money and we have open communication and we surround it with love and respect, more money flows. And when we have an unhealthy relationship with money and go into fear and scarcity, conflict arises. And this is tricky. I work with a lot of couples because you've got to get on the same page with your partner if possible. Because if you both can have an abundant mindset and you both can be in a space of creating together without fear and scarcity, you're going to bring a lot of abundance in your household. If one of you is not on the same page, it's going to be double work for the other person. So think about money conversations. Are they clear and harmony around money with your family, your loved ones? 0 to 10. 10 is no problem communicating about money. The last is retirement plan. I don't care if you're 25, you should have one. And I learned that from Jayne. A little amount every month towards a retirement plan. I'm set up when I'm 65 years old because I put in something every single month. I will have close to $1 million. And I don't put in a lot. It's compound interest, guys. And it's in a life insurance policy. So when God forbid I pass away, my son gets it. So it's a very savvy investment, and I'm happy to talk to you more about that. I actually teach a whole class on this called Money and Miracles, and we dive into all of these. Every week for 4 weeks, we take 2 of these sections and we work on them, getting you from where you are to where you want to be. So if you have a retirement plan, give yourself a 10. If you've researched it, give yourself a 5, and a 0 if you've not considered it at all. And then I want you to connect your dots. So to have a healthy wheel of life, we want to be at 8 to 10 in all areas. If you are not in 8 to 10 in all areas, then I would highly suggest you taking the next journey with me, which is called Money and Miracles. The next thing that I want to ask you is how much do you want to manifest, okay? So how we figure this out is what do you want to be making on a monthly basis, okay? So we take your monthly income, say it's $3,000 now, and say you want to be making $10,000 a month. So you need to manifest $7,000 a month. So everybody do the math real quick. Write down what you want to make minus what you are making, and then get that number that you want to manifest, and write it down. So you got that number? Everybody got that number? Great. So now my question is this. Do you want it or not? Are you ready to get your financial shit together and manifest that number? And I don't want you to worry about the how. Well, how am I going to get $7,000 more a month? The how is what stops us because it allows all of our limiting beliefs to arrive. And we look at our lives. Well, I have a 9 to 5 and this is what I make and I don't have time to create anything else. We're never going to find the time to live the life of our dreams. We have to create it. When I wanted to write a book, I didn't have the time. I taught all these classes. I had a 10-year-old. I had 20 clients. I didn't have the time to write a book, but I wanted to take my business to the next level. I wanted to be a part of a bigger platform. So guess what? I created the time at 5:30 a.m. I woke up and I wrote 1 hour a day. And now I have a new project that I'm creating. I have an intention that says, I'm making money in my sleep, helping the lives of millions. So I've always wanted to create a revenue stream that I didn't have to show up for, because all of my classes are live. Everything that I do, I am present, and I'm very proud of that. And I also get to create new products that I don't have to show up for. And I didn't know the how. Well, finally, 6 months ago, the how showed up, and I am currently launching a new product line where I don't have to show up. And I'm making money in my sleep, helping the lives of millions. So don't worry about the how. The question is this: do you want it or not? Do you want to manifest that amount of money? Do you want to finally get your head out of the sand once and for all? Clean up your debt, get your financial shit together, create a personal budget, start, really looking at your spending, save 10% every month. So this is my next course, Money and Miracles. And the next one is starting very, very soon. So you can check it out at jennifergrace.com/abundance. Let me tell you how it works. And I have a free little gift for you, or a little discount for you. How it works is each week for 4 weeks, you will receive your Money and Miracle lessons from me by a detailed description of that week's soul work. You will be asked to post your soul work on our Money and Miracles secret Facebook page for accountability, where you will have full access to me, and you'll have an opportunity to connect with others on the journey and join with our growing abundant community. So each week we will be on there live, okay? Going through the financial wheel of life, going through using my AFM technique. So it's kind of like the money management meets manifesting. So week 1, you're going to get clear, organized, and financially focused. This is also where we set up our money manifestation stations using a special feng shui technique to call in more abundance. So I'm going to tell you where to set up that station in your home. Week 2, we're going to work on those subconscious self-limiting belief systems that are blocking you from receiving. And we're also going to discover our core money story and how our money archetypes, what they are, to get to the source of what is stopping the abundance of flowing in. Week 3, we're going to learn that AFM technique. That's so you can powerfully communicate with the quantum 0 point field to call in abundance in real time. Week 4, we're going to take action, coming up with new innovation for creating new revenue streams and taking our financial lives to the next level. I will be on here live with you every single week for 4 weeks, guiding you and coaching you. You will have soul work to get your financial shit together. You will be setting up meditation stations, manifesting every day. We're going to go through the financial wheel of life. Each week, we're going to deal with 2 of these spokes. So I wanted to show you our Facebook page because the results we've been having with this course are literally miraculous. So there's Marley. Let me blow this up for you. Here's like her talking about her soul work. Tackled all my receipts that need to be filed, had my financial conversation with my husband, which was really hard for her. Planning to set up their budget 401k for her retirement accounts. I have to say, I have never busted ass this much in a class before to reach for excellence, because I demand excellence in this class. Thank you, Jennifer Grace, for setting the bar high. I'm amazed at the shift in my self-esteem. I feel my worthiness. I really do. And then Erica, here, I'll blow this up. Each week, there are definite results from daily mantras, meditations, and techniques from this course. Marcelo is doing beautifully with focus and energy for his projects. That's her husband. And I couldn't be more proud. I'm proud of myself for being consistent, and I'm being honest with myself where more effort and focus need to be placed. And she's putting a pink song because we do fun music in this too. So here are some of the results from Money and Miracles. Kim Herline, let's see. Okay, so we're manifesting unexpected money, and it starts showing up like insane ways. So Kim said, received $500 from my friend who rented my boat in Tahoe. I'm going to just skip around. Another 1,200, 300, 500, receives 190, saved 50 a month, saved another 7,500, received 1,900, and my husband was offered an amazing job after a series of not so great jobs. I love it. And here's Michael Guido. I love Michael. Michael started with me about 4 years ago. He's done Creative Insight Journey, Creative Action Journey. He's done Directing Your Destiny. He's done all my classes. Now, when Michael started, he didn't have the $50 deposit for the Creative Insight Journey. And I said, Michael, go borrow it and the money's going to manifest. I believe in you. He borrowed it. Michael now is a multi-million-dollar real estate agent. He is unbelievable. He comes back, he gives scholarships to my flagship course every semester, gives about $100 out to 3 to 4 different people, paying it forward. He is one of my best students. He just does everything to the letter, and the results are here. So he said, Jennifer Grace, I stand in excellence. I completed all 3 worksheets, recreating scripts, posting inspirational music, while I'm waiting in the building department. So in the last 2 weeks, I've received a fully executed contract on $11 million commercial property. Just yesterday, I received another executed contract for $1,300,000. Okay. And then he shows his check here, $11 million. Unbelievable. So he's doing it. It's happening. Oh, sorry, he had to cross that out. It actually became more than that. He posted again. And here's Brian. I just manifested $25,000, what I thought would be a structured settlement over the next year, just arrived at my attorney's office in one lump sum. Last week, I helped Youth Leadership Summer Program at our office raise $1,500 to extend their training for another week. I ran a workshop with Integrity on Kids on Monday. We're leaving for Portland to enjoy a vacation. I love it. So part of Money and Miracles is also about giving. So we do really fun things every week. You know, for example, one week, every day we do random acts of kindness, and we find ways to give selflessly, because when you give, you do receive. So this really is, it's quite spiritual. It's a spiritual practice around money, and we love money and we respect it and we have a spiritual connection with it. So what you will learn, the ability to turn your passion into profit, the ability to make money from following your spiritual path, the ability to grow spiritually by making money, and the ability to make an impact in the world that needs it. So this is not just a conversation about money. This is a conversation about legacy. This is a conversation about making contribution, community, giving, making a difference. So it really is such a robust teaching. So now you want to know, what is the investment of Money and Miracles? What the investment should be is the amount you wrote down that you want to manifest to reach your desired income, because that is what is in store to receive. Michael has quadrupled his income. Since I started with this work, I've surpassed, I was in debt 30,000. Now I made 300,000 last year. And this year I'm set up to make $500,000. So I think $7,000 is fair, don't you? Ha ha ha, but I'm not that mean. And because when I give, I receive. So I've decided to give you an amazing gift that you will not believe. The investment is only $497, but my gift is to give it to you for less. So it's only $297. Now you can thank me. And I see here that you have 2 choices. You can come with me and manifest and take Money and Miracles, or you can keep doing what you're doing and getting what you're getting. So let's do the math. If you took the number you want to manifest each month, example 7,000 times 12 months, that would be $84,000. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about you stepping into the money you want to manifest. So that's 84 grand that you could possibly lose. So really that means you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And my question is this: are you in? Are you with me? Then sign up now. I am giving everybody a 50% off coupon code, which is GRAD, standing for gratitude. So GRAD, you go to www.jennifergrace.com/abundance, put in the promo code GRAD. If you need to do this in 2 different payments, it's $297 if you pay in full. Or if you want to do in 2 payments, put in GRAD number 2, and that will split the payments up for you if you need a little help with that. So instead of $497, it's $297, which is ridiculous. Everybody has $300 lying around somewhere. Go borrow it. I'm telling you, this course is frickin' phenomenal, and I love it, and it is so much fun, and I'm gonna kick your ass. And you're going to get your financial shit together, and you're going to manifest unexpected money, because I can say that confidently from doing this course over a year and getting the unbelievable results that I've been getting from my students. So I'm very, very excited about starting the next Money and Miracles. It's actually starting, let me see, in just a few days. What's today? I don't know. I don't even know when this email is going to go out. It might go out tomorrow. All right, starting in like 6 days, like in a week. So go there right now, jennifergrace.com/abundance. Put in the coupon code GRAD or GRAD2, number 2, if you need the 2 payments. And if you have any questions, you can email us at info@jennifergrace.com. info@jennifergrace.com. All right. I'm so excited to begin this next journey with all of you. I'm very grateful, and I love you all. See you online. Bye.